Welcome to the Fit Dads podcast. I'm Brad Thompson. I'm joined by Ryan Dutton, fresh from Oasis. So I'm looking forward to picking your brains about that one. Come on. In terms of today, mate, we're going to be discussing overrated or underrated. We've got a big pile of notes in front of us, mate. So we're going to select them at random. We've put O's and U's on them. So we're going to dive in there, see what we believe is overrated and underrated, specifically fitness related.
Doesn't get any more gym bro than a Tupperware box here, does it?
This is it, mate. This is it. It's a little bit like red stained as well, which makes it even more, true to meal prep.
They're used.
Used Tupperware.
Very used.
Very used. I mean, it's meal prep at its finest, mate.
Absolutely.
Before we get into it, mate, come on, talk to us about Oasis.
Incredible, mate.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind, I've been to quite a few festivals, gigs and stuff, but this was the best of the lot, no doubt about it. And the perfect blend of like carnage and euphoria, I would say. It was just nuts. Like 80,000 people. They know every single word. Everyone's going nuts on people's shoulders, just jumping up and down. Usually at a gig, if a song comes on that you and your mates all know, you go a bit crazy. Yeah. A few people maybe in the crowd are going crazy in different patches. It was just like in unison, like jumping. Like it was just so electric.
Amazing.
To not quote them too much.
Yeah. I mean, mate, I'll be honest, I've got the biggest FOMO ever. Could not get tickets. Still can't get tickets. I'm glad you had a good time, mate. Did Liam and Noel really play up to it? Were they going like mad for it? Lasagna?
Yeah, they were. They were very interactive for the crowd. Yeah. Liam probably more so than Noel, but they also did Wembley the week before. And then when they came down to Manchester, I went to the first show, which was on Friday last week. And as soon as Noel come out straight up to the mic and goes, "This is the city. This is where it's happening, Manchester." And I was just like, it's going to be good. There's no doubt about it. Just from that moment on. But yeah, they were just awesome. Like they came out. I don't know how much they've made up. That's the question, isn't it? Everyone's a bit unsure. Every show they've done so far, they've come out like either holding hands in the air or arms around each other. But there wasn't too much interaction between them after that. I guess one's on guitar and one's singing, so there can't be too much interaction anyway. But yeah, do you know what? I worked out how much they make per show.
I knew you'd do this because I've been thinking about it as well. Go on.
Well, price of the tickets were between 150 to 300 quid. Let's just call it average about 200 quid a ticket on the safe side. Maybe a little bit of merch in there as well because there was a lot of people with like Oasis hats and t-shirts on. Let's call it £200 per person, 80,000 people. That's 16 million for one day. They did 3 shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday last week. This week they're doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's nearly 135 million, I think, over 2 weekends. Obviously, that's just in Manchester. They did Cardiff the week before, August, September. They've got Wembley. Nuts when you start adding the figures up. They reckon they'll make after tax about 100 million each.
That's disgusting. I mean, fair play. You would if you could. Let's face it.
And just to think that like all these years later, and Liam even said it during the gig. He was like, "Guys, just thank you for sticking with us all these years." Because you can imagine it's a band that come out in the 90s, like 20 years ago. Yeah. Over that, when they first released the first album, to have fans that still adore them and are coming to the gigs in absolute droves, it's just insane. But they've got so many, you forget how many songs they've got. Like I saw the set list from Cardiff, and I think it's pretty much the same every night. They just pick like the top ones that are like pretty well known or get the crowd hyped, but they're all kind of pre-2000 when they were in the golden era. But there were so many good ones that they missed that they just, the show lasted 2.5 hours. They could have played for 6 to cover all their hits. You forget how many they've got.
I saw set list and I flicked between phases of FOMO and then really intrigued, and this was one of them times where I'm feeling really intrigued, and the set list, I feel like they nailed it. Like,
yeah, they did. Absolutely. Yeah. They played all the big ones, and they gave the crowd basically what they wanted, essentially, which is good.
Oh, class.
But no, how was your weekend? All right.
It's been good. Not as hectic as yours, mate. I've been to a few low-key fairs. So I went to Bayton Fair on Saturday, and then Ridgeway Fair.
How was that? Were they bouncing too?
Yeah, bouncing. Yeah, set list were mad.
I can't imagine Bayton Fair being anything special.
No, £5 hook a duck.
Was it?
Yeah.
But you get a prize every time, don't you?
You get to choose it, but I'm looking at it, Ted Pitt's little Hot Wheels car, and I'm like, it's fucking $250 that. I'm like, max.
Yeah.
So just for the luxury of a...
There was a fair in Encliffe Park in Sheffield recently, and they did the same thing. It was like one of these travelling ones. And that was like £5. Yeah, I was thinking some of these toys aren't worth more than a couple of quid.
It were funny to see, like, obviously Ucker Ducks use like a spherical thing where everyone gathers round. And because it's Bayton, quite close to where I grew up at Woodhouse, and there were so many people, if you stood back and listened, you could just hear people go, how much?
Yeah.
How much? Just in unison.
Well, the one I went to, right, all the prizes in the middle, where the kind of ducks were floating around, was all one ticket, but there was some things that were hanging around you. I didn't know this, but I thought everything was one ticket.
Right.
Some things were like 2 or 3 tickets. Right. So she wanted this Stitch. She's obsessed with the one Stitch. So it was 2 tickets. So I had to buy 2 hooker ducks for £10 to get this tiny little stitched doll. And as a dad, I was just thinking, this is absolutely scandalous. I mean, I love you, sweetheart, but I mean, this is probably the most expensive toy I bought you.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it is crackers. But no, apart from that, mate, Ted started saying, thanks, me old pal.
Thanks, me old pal.
Yeah.
It's weird when they start saying the old phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, but it does it to basically take the piss.
Does it?
So he'll just go like, thanks, me old pal. And then smiles at me and Amy, and I'm like, you know.
He knows what
you're doing.
You know what Harlow started saying? Boss.
Boss?
Yeah.
Boss that.
So I'll go, come on, put your jammers on now. She'll go, yes, boss. Yes, boss.
She's silly as well.
Yes, boss. Puts a fist out for a fist bump. It's because Amy says it all the time.
Yeah.
Because Amy says I'm quite bossy around the house, so I'm like, come on, let's get this sorted, do this. And she goes, yes, boss.
Yeah. Stop copying.
So she started copying Amy, but it was hilarious first time she said that.
I thought you meant like the Scouse, boss that.
All right, boss.
Yeah,
we'll
boss that.
We'll boss that, mate.
Mate, before we dive into overrated, underrated, I've got a question for you.
Hit me.
How many sprays of aftershave is too many?
Oh, that's a good shout.
What's your average?
Probably verge on a bit too many. Normally. Yeah.
Go on, put a number on it.
If I'm day to day, I'll probably go 4. 4? 4. Yeah.
Jeez.
Just if I'm having the usual Hugo Boss number,
that's
it's
fair.
just 4. If I've got like my special, what's my special one called now? Tom Ford.
Tom Ford. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Tom Fords. What is it called? Tom Ford Extreme Noir.
Extreme Noir.
And I've got Ombre Oud, I think it's called. My mum bought me that one.
Ombre Oud.
Cheers, mum.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm asking is I'm a 2 or 3 man. Yeah, always have been. Some of the youths that I'm smelling now smell fantastic.
Yeah.
But they're just dossing around with their mates playing football.
Yeah.
Like, what are you smelling nice for?
Yeah,
lads?
I literally landed the estate the other day. I was walking Walters, walked past, and he was wearing his trackies, proper like nothing special. Walked past him again, smelled lovely.
Yeah,
but I could smell him before I saw him.
I don't get it.
I'm a little bit like that because with my Tom Ford, I don't wear it often. So when I wear it, I can get 8, 9 sprays, maybe even 10.
Maybe it's these Next dupes that are doing it. I've seen these Next dupes that you can get.
No,
have you not? If you get
like the knockoff ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get like the dupes in Next, I think it's like they do like a code red that smells.
Zara do one as well, don't they?
Yeah, they're like a code red that smells like Paco Rabanne.
Okay,
that's good.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd spray 6 of them. Not gonna lie.
This is proper dad chat now, isn't it?
Is, mate, yeah.
Discussing the. How did we get to discussing the aftershaves in Next?
I don't know.
Right, should we dive into overrated, underrated, controversial? Some of these, I'm sure. Shall we go overrated first?
Do you want to go first? Because I'm going to go in like Rod Stewart doing Scottish Cup draw.
Sure. I'm gonna close my eyes. So I've got no idea. I'm hoping to pick one of yours.
Go on.
Oh, I've not picked one of mine.
One of yours.
Right.
What we got?
Detoxes and cleanses.
Have you put overrated?
Overrated. Yeah.
Okay.
Overrated. Are you underrated?
No, I think it's massively overrated.
I say it's overrated because our bodies do a fantastic job of detoxing for us. They really do. Our liver and kidneys are amazingly efficient at getting out all the toxins. I think, and there's another one I've got in here which I'm not going to say too much about, which is close related.
Okay.
But I think people tend to do this when they're like they've drank too much or they've had a big heavy. It's an overcorrection, I think, for something that has happened in the past, whether it's with food, alcohol. There's a reason someone wants to detox. I mean, I eat pretty good compared to most people, and I've never ever had the urge to detox or cleanse. It never appealed to me because my food quality is pretty good. So yeah, that for me can get in the bin.
I saw a post the other day about a guy who deals with Victoria's Secrets models, and he puts them through detoxes where he basically drains the shit out of them to make them like washboard abs.
Before a show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I look at it and I'm like, I can sort of see the appeal for detoxes in certain circles, but for everyone else, like, have a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even for that though, like just just live healthily. Like, most models are in pretty good shape anyway. Maybe if you want to lose a bit of body fat, there's more healthier ways of doing it. It's a bit like when you get these new boxing nutritionists who just put them on God knows what before a show, almost put them within an inch of their life, body fat wise, step on a scale, and then they've got to hydrate within like 24 hours to go and fight one of the biggest fights of their life.
Maybe this is the lie we've been sold about models. Maybe we think they just live a really healthy life, but actually they're just being, like a greyhound before they go on a race.
Trust me, mate, there's nothing healthy about a model's lifestyle, because there's the pressure of looking good all the time, not just obviously, for the face, but for the body, for sure. But a lot of these models who are, on catwalks and doing swimwear shoots, especially like Victoria's Secrets are, they live phenomenally unhealthy lives. I mean, it's the modelling industry is rife with it. It has been since the 90s.
Yeah.
And you know what's actually on the increase now? Because obviously it's always overcorrection thing again. So in the 90s, it was the
heroin chic,
Kate Moss and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's coming back in now. And I think it's coming back in as an overcorrection to like body confidence and, being overweight is okay. We'll save our thoughts on that. That's a whole other topic on itself. But I think that models have never been particularly healthy.
Detox is in the bin.
In the bin, mate. I'm going to put it to the side.
In the bin. Right, I'm going to go overrated now, mate. I'm going to go in the overrated pile. Let's see what
that's underrated, that.
That's underrated?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The R label, mate.
Oh, this is mine. All right. Wearables. Overrated. Overrated. I feel like Ryan's going to have lot of opinions on this.
Well, we've actually got the same one in the box, mate. I've actually got wearables.
Have you?
Yeah, I've actually put fitness watches, and I was going to say it's a bit hypocritical of me sitting here with my new Garmin on, but I've only got this because there was a few little things in my training that I wanted to be aware of when it comes to recovery and sleep and stuff like that. VO2 max is something I'm paying close attention to, seeing ways I can improve that and how I can maybe recover better, because I do a phenomenally poor job at that. But generally, I think watches are massively, and wearables and trackers are massively overrated because people rely on them too much. That's what I've always found. Literally at the weekend at Oasis, chatting to one of my brother's mates, and he was saying, every morning I wake up and I've got my Whoop score and I'll sit on he'll be having it. It's like, I'm having a shit. I'm having a shit. I'm looking at all my numbers. And he goes, it does get in my head a little bit though. Like if I wake up and it says my sleep score's not good and I'm a little bit, fatigued and I probably should have done with another hour or two, I'm walking into work that day thinking, probably not going to be a good day today. It's already got in your head. You've already started telling yourself you're going to have a shit day before you've even started. Just got something on your wrist. God, I mean, if I really feel crap, let's be honest, I'll know I'm feeling crap. I think it's been more in tune with your body in that respect.
There's a quote which is when the metric becomes the measure, it ceases to become a useful metric. And a lot of people are doing that now. And we had James Wilson on the Sleep Geek who spoke quite at length, I'd say, about wearables and the algorithms that it goes through. And a lot of them are quite unethical, to be honest, which is a shame. And one that he really spoke highly of was the Oura Ring, which I've asked one of those for my birthday. So if you're watching, Amy, which you probably won't be.
I bet Amy started listening.
Has she?
Yeah, right, she's quite daunting.
That's terrifying.
Got to be more careful what I say now.
You have, mate. Yeah, you need to don't go back and listen to episode 7, Amy. That one's shocking.
What was that? You got me thinking now. What was that?
I'm just seeing if she does it. Right? Okay. It's just a little test.
You've got better memory than me to know what episode 7 was.
No, I know what you mean. It's that. From a wearable point of view, I think for you at Garmin, that's going to be super useful. Because am I right in thinking with Garmin, you just click and you go 5k route, and it'll just bring you back to your door.
Yeah, there's a lot of easy things with it. Like even, do you know what one of the best things is? It's linked to Spotify and you can load music and podcasts onto it.
Oh, so you don't have to take your phone?
Don't have to take the phone, mate. It's mega that, isn't it? That's probably for me one of the best features. So I don't have to run with my phone in my pocket or strapped to my arm. I can literally just go onto my run, load my podcast up, or my favourite playlist, and all the tunes are downloaded on there. It is good, that.
That's good. All right. I might have just had to change my opinion on that. No,
but I stick with mine now. I think generally, for what most people get a fitness watch or trackable for, the data can probably hinder you generally more than it'll benefit you. Runs, for example, God, the amount of runs that people come to me and go, oh yeah, I did that really tough 5k that you told me to do, but towards the back end, I just let me foot off the gas a little bit. I says, why'd you do that? My heart rate, it got above like 180, so I just thought, you know what, could you have kept going though? Yeah, probably. So why did you stop? It gets in their head as they're running, and I think, it's just something else to contend with rather than pushing yourself to the absolute max.
Thank you. Next. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
What's one of yours?
Ooh.
What's this? Pre-workout. Interesting. Pre-workout.
I've put overrated for this.
Do tell.
I just don't see point. Just like, why are we in a lab creating something sweet when coffee exists? I know it's not sweet, but I just don't get it. Like as a condensed formula, I've had some shocking experiences with pre-workout, which is probably why I'm saying it's overrated. Very easy to abuse, very potent.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think pre-workout I would describe like most drugs, really. You want to dabble at some point. You want to try you want to know what that elixir tastes like, but you've got to make your own mind upon it and whether it's something you need. And I reckon on a monthly basis I probably take it once, maybe twice at a push.
What's the motivation for that? Do you just pick it up and go?
I'm looking at my workouts for the week, and I've got to a certain day, and I'm redlining basically, and I'm like, I've got nothing in the tank, but tomorrow I can't do it because of that. Tomorrow I can't do it because of that. This is the only opportunity in my week I'm going to get a chance to do this really tough workout. It's got to be a pre-workout. It's going to get me going. I
don't like feeling like I'm being exploited, and sometimes you look and you go, I could just have a coffee instead of paying.
The issue with that is I really don't like coffee.
I mean, look, for you it's perfect. You're perfect to.
And monsters sometimes don't really get me. Like what's in a monster? Like 120, 130, 140 maybe milligrams of caffeine. You're talking upwards of like 250, maybe pushing 300 milligrams in a pre-workout. It just is very instantaneous. Like, wow, we're going now.
I'm with you. I mean, you got your Lando Norris today, mate.
I appreciate that, mate.
What's it like? What's it like?
It's really good. I'm trying to work out what flavour it is.
Does it taste like Lando?
That is a very odd question and one I refuse to answer.
Because there is no mention of flavour on it, which is why I'm like...
It depends when I'm tasting it. Is it after a race? Is it before? What's going on there?
Salty.
No, it's really nice. I think it's a bit like lemon and limey.
Lemon and limey. Right.
Yeah, a bit like lemon and limey. Yeah.
We've got to get a Monster sponsorship soon, mate.
It's up there. It is really nice. One of the nicer ones I've tasted.
Better than Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah, I think it is. It's more up my street. Yeah, it is more up my street, this. I do like a lemon and lime.
I'll make sure that gets clipped up, mate. Ryan thinks Lando's better than Hamilton.
I've been actually wanting to try one of these for ages, so thank you for bringing it down,
you're welcome, mate.
Really
you're
good.
welcome.
Next one, let's go for it. Another overrated.
Overrated, where's this one? Oh, I can never get...
Close your eyes. Get them guys closed.
This is that one of Ryan's.
Oh, excellent.
Intermittent fasting. Overrated, you think? How so?
For the same reasons that detoxes and cleanses are overrated. The only reason anyone ever does an intermittent fast, again, is just because they've had a big weekend of binging or a big week, month, maybe a binging. And I think people tend to use it for the wrong reasons. There's some benefits to it. Like, for example, I coach some business guys and some phenomenally overworked people who are just so jam-packed day to day that just getting all their calories in one meal or maybe one and a bit works pretty well for them. But most people, I think, it's like another short-term fix. Tell me someone who's been intermittent fasting for 5 years. Show me someone who's been intermittent fasting for 3 years. Someone who can do it for a full year. Very little. So it's a short-term thing when really I think there's other ways and other methods of eating that are much more sustainable that people need to, be aware of.
If I can play devil's advocate, I've worked with a few people who this has been a really useful protocol, but not in the traditional sense. They've not done it for the reason of, 16 off, 8 on. Basically, they've not done it that way. They've done it because of their career. So paramedics, nurses, people who work in NHS, teachers. This is also a good one I try and use for teachers, where they might have a 4-hour window in the morning and then a 4-hour window in the evening, because the day, in the middle of the day, is just so busy. So their 8-hour day, they might not actually consume much food, just because either they're on call or, teaching's a tough one because the demands are massive.
Yeah, true, but I think most teachers will get at least 10, 15 minutes in the middle of the day.
You'd have thought so, wouldn't you?
Even though my missus is busy, her school's pretty crazy, and on a crazy day, even in the middle of the day, she might get a chance to have a high calorie snack, for example, I don't know, anything that is going to hit some protein, or it's a protein bar, a shake, or just some nuts or something that she can get in her. And then she has like a big breakfast, big evening meal. That you don't need to do intermittent fasting for that. I don't think. No. Maybe if it works better, but generally when you go in long periods of the day with cutting off something that your body needs, there's always going to be repercussions for that long term. I think it's just not sustainable.
My preface to this rule is going to be: does your performance differ from hour 7, 8, 9, 10 compared to hours 1, 2, 3, 4 when you're at work? The answer is usually yeah. So I think even if it is just something, I'm a big fan of car snacks, just keeping them like side of the door.
Yeah.
So if you're driving, or like paramedics is a good one, like side of ambulance door, just
yeah. I coached a paramedic earlier this year. Same thing. Yeah. She really struggled. Had to take very specific meals that didn't need refrigerating, but even she made it work. Like even on, there were some really horrendously tough days, but she'd have some snacks or something she could grab quick. Yeah. She didn't need to intermittent fast. So I do think generally people use it as a bit of an overcorrection to things more than anything else.
It's usually that one that's clipped up really well about like, do this to correct your blood glucose levels or some shit like that. And you have to think, are we really doing it for that?
It's one of those things that people will preach about online, and you'll listen to it. If you listen to enough, you can be convinced into anything, right?
Exactly.
And they'll pull up the data and the studies, but all the data and studies, don't really play into the habitual nature of eating and how we need to be generally doing it at a few intervals throughout the day.
Yeah. And it's a tool at the end of the day. Have you ever heard the quote about, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail?
No, I like that. Okay.
So if you've just got one tool, everything just looks like a nail.
Yeah, I mean, if you get
intermittent fast through that, go.
Yeah. Like if you find a hammer in the house somewhere, you'll immediately think, what can I go and use this for?
Yeah. Whereas if you've got a saw as well,
you
have to think, what tools have we got? If all you've got is intermittent fasting,
DIY underway.
That's it. Get on that.
Next one.
What we got?
That's one of yours. Oof. Bodybuilding poses.
Yes.
Elaborate.
Just massively overrated. I think I have this huge stigma around bodybuilding, just because I don't think I've ever really been around it. I don't really have bodybuilding idols. I respect what it's done for the industry, but I just, the inner workings of my brain just cringe every time I see like bang, just at random points. I'm like, why? Or just I saw one the other day, and I'm really sorry, whoever this guy is, but he was on the hack squat. Worked really hard on the hack squat, got jumped off, stood up in mirror, boom, double guns.
Bicep pose after being on the hack squat.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like that minute. So if he'd just done his biceps, I'm like, I can sort of let that slide.
It's weird. In the bodybuilding world, it's almost oddly acceptable, isn't it? Like, but in real everyday life, if you just went to the shops and paid for something and just double biceps afterwards, I don't want to go, what the hell is that guy doing?
And I'm aware I'm in an echo chamber, because a lot of people who come to me, like, I've never posted a topless selfie. I don't do before and afters or anything like that. So I'm in this polarizing world where people don't expect it from me. And in there, I did mention to someone this morning that this is something I'm going to put in my overrated pile. And they went, I find it a bit wanky. Their words, not mine. But I get why people do it. I think there's a lot to be said about like the isometric contractions of doing posing. I think you can really connect to muscles. So I'm aware of the science. I just think societally, it's not for me.
Yeah, I actually agree. No, I do. I think I've been around that kind of world, never competed, but it was my style of training for a long, long time. I still like a little bit of that stuff. I still like to get pump on. I think everyone does bodybuilding to a certain degree, like in terms of getting bigger and developing muscles, but I've never been about the posing. The posing for me, even back in the day, I always felt a bit cringy. And I mean, I'm partial to a topless selfie, you know what I mean? But I don't ever bodybuilding pose. I kind of just stand there. And I think you can see enough from that. Maybe if you want to show off certain muscles, and maybe if you're in that kind of arena and you're doing those competitions, and you can kind of get away with it. But it's when you kind of see, the worst thing is this, mate, when you see guys who haven't got a lot of muscle,
just
give it like little twigs.
That's probably why I've never done it.
And that does make me cringe, where I'm like, I'd probably get some bigger biceps, mate, before we start pulling out that front double bicep.
I'm trying to think of other sporting examples, and I'm thinking you're in the park with your mates, you're playing football, and you have to go off to get a drink, but you just that round of applause when you're going off. That's how it feels to me. Like if you're not got a bodybuilding show booked, and you're doing the posing. That's,
Yeah.
I don't know. Feels weird.
I agree. I think if you're not competitive, then probably save the bodybuilding poses for the pros.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next one.
Right, I'm going to go here. What we got? Oh, Ryan, I'll tell you what. Is this an overrated and underrated from you?
Oh, no, it's... I labelled them wrong at one point, yeah.
White Monster. Which one is it? Over, under.
Oh, which one was that in?
Yeah. This one. But it's got an O and a U on it.
You picked from the wrong one.
Have I?
Yeah.
Should we shelve that?
You don't know.
Should we shelve that?
You don't know.
I'll shelve that. I'll go back in a minute. What else we got? Another one of Ryan's. We got overrated mouth taping.
Mouth taping, yeah. Do you know what mouth taping is?
Yeah, it's what they do for gimps, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, apart from the fact you look like a twat, mouth taping is this new craze now where people are taping their mouths, this very black, like specific for adhesive to the face and lips. And it basically promotes nasal breathing. So trying to breathe through your nose. Now, the theory is obviously it's going to promote that and it's going to try and get you using your nose a bit more to breathe if you're a bit of a mouth breather. But what it's actually going to do is massively reduce your ability to take on oxygen and expend carbon dioxide. I think, if you have got some issues with breathing through your nose, there's probably something structural not right there. It's not a habitual thing. It's your body will want to use your nose if it's usable. If it's not usable, it'll go to your mouth. I think people need to see a doctor rather than using mouth tape. If you've got pollux or you've got some kind of blockage or something structurally, broken nose, deviated septum, something like that, these things are much more likely causes of your inability to breathe through your nose rather than you just not doing it naturally. I think just a bit of mindfulness around it. Like, we don't have to tape our noses up. You're going to massively reduce your ability to take on oxygen, expend carbon dioxide, leading to pretty much everything in the body working less efficiently and probably giving yourself some dire health consequences in the process.
Have you had any experience of it? You ever tried it?
No, never tried it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. But it seems to be kind of taking off online. A lot of people are doing it now when they're running as well. I've seen people doing it when they're running. Yeah. That's nuts for me. When your body needs oxygen the most. I mean, there's an argument maybe for like a few minutes in the day you might want to do it to kind of improve it. But I still think then just do it like, get into the process of doing it naturally. Have a period of the day where you're like, right, for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to put a timer, I'm just going to breathe through my nose. If it is really tough and your body needs oxygen, get some oxygen on board through your mouth. It's just one of these crazes that I think you can probably see people taking it too far and, cutting off blood to the brain and all sorts. I don't know. It's just, yeah.
I've actually got experience of this.
Go on, tell me.
Mouth taping.
Go on.
In a fashion. So when we were doing martial arts, we used to have to put water in his mouth and just keep it there to sort of promote nasal breathing to really calm you down and allow you to, because occasionally you go from like high intensity work and then drop down again to either some sort of traditional style like a kata that's a little bit more rehearsed, and being able to be aware of what's going on in your body. Like, it's very hard to think about anything else when you're just having to breathe through your nose. So from like a grounding protocol, I found that really useful. And then obviously you got to spray it like Triple H did. Brilliant. Right at the end, standard procedure. But yeah, typically, I mentioned him again, James Wilson, talking about it for sleep. It's obviously bollocks for sleep. Like, yeah. And anything that Andy Elliott promotes, I'm 1,000,000% against. And I've seen he's trying to capitalise on it.
Well, there's one thing he promotes that I don't mind, which is the nose strips. They are actually really effective. I've tried those a few times, and they do really open your airways up. To be honest with you, go to that. Like, if you really want to improve your ability to breathe through your nose, get a nose strip, open it up, and start breathing through your nose a little bit more. I just think mouth taping is shite, basically. Get in the bin.
There we go.
Is it me?
I think so. I can't remember what box we just went into.
I should give you the boxes, shouldn't I, really? Let's have a look. That's one of mine. Cool downs.
Cool. Oh, okay.
Have you ever done a cool down?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
After a workout?
I think you get into the habit of them doing group fitness.
Okay.
Because if you run out, like if you finish too early, you're like, oh shit.
Okay. Is that why they do it? Okay, that's the only reason why they ever should be done. I'll be honest.
Yeah, let me do a cool down because I'm 4 minutes short.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a bit to be said about flushing lactate out the system. I think if you've got a big build up of lactic acid after maybe a game of football or something like that, there's some benefits there. But again, from a sporting sense, some people might just need it to calm down a bit. Just do a cool down in the form of stretching and maybe some box breathing. I can see benefits of that because it brings your nervous system down from what you call sympathetic to parasympathetic without getting too boring and sciencey about it. And you almost want to leave the gym feeling in this parasympathetic, this relaxed state rather than hyped up. So yeah, I can see benefits there.
I actually agree with a lot of that. I do. I think in a sporting environment, I think a cool down generally is pretty good, but what are sports people doing? They're pushing the boundaries pretty extreme. If you're doing a class and it's, you're not really pushing yourself, do you need a 10, 15 minute cool down afterwards? Probably not. If you're lifting some weights, do you need a cool down? Probably not. High intensity, rigorous sport, maybe. You people might need a little bit of a cool down. But generally, I don't think I've ever, apart from when I used to play football as a teenager, late 20s, I've never done a cool down, ever. I do some I even have the high rocks and stuff like that, which is probably one of the most intense things you can do. I've never done a cool down. I think your body is pretty efficient when it trains regularly at getting rid of the stuff it doesn't want there.
I think it speaks volumes that we don't really program cool downs. If I program any sort of stretching, it's at home in front of TV normally. Couch stretch, pigeon stretch, whatever.
Best recovery is an electrolyte and some stretching. At home, when it's convenient, for sure.
Exactly.
In the bin.
Oh, right.
No, not that one.
Oh, damn it. Let me have a look. I'm looking away. Another one of Ryan's. What we got? Overrated 6-packs.
Yeah.
Explain. Is it because you just flaunt it? And is it because you've had one?
Again, it's a very hypocritical thing, isn't it? I'm one of the leanest I've been for quite a while, sporting an okay 6-pack at the moment. But I do think generally they are overrated. I do think that 6-packs are not essential to performance. They're not essential to a really good, strong core. They're just a nice little cherry on the top, aren't they? And I think if anyone wants a 6-pack, it's not because they want the strongest core of anyone they know, of anyone in the gym. That everyone wants a 6-pack because it's like a vain thing, isn't it? Like it is. It's a self-confidence thing, and I'm not afraid to put my hands up and say, I've pushed to get good abs because it was something, just a little box I wanted to tick. Like I wanted abs, so I did everything I could to get it.
Have you seen the American stats that it's harder to get a 6-pack than become a millionaire? Have you heard this?
Is it?
So in America, there's a higher percentage of millionaires than what there is people with 6-packs.
Interesting. I wonder what the stat would be over here, but America doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. It does fascinate me. And to quote Dave Ierson, I did I shadowed a PT course with him, and he was talking about the 6-pack and feeding ducks. Have I told you about this before?
No, I was in the episode, mate. He was talking about it.
I don't think. Did we discuss it then?
I'm sure. Yeah.
About the feeding ducks, about the 6-pack.
Oh no, maybe no.
I was on the episode, mate. It was really passive.
I think it's you that's told me this before. You have told me this before. Yeah.
So Dave basically said, like, when someone's got a really linear 6-pack, like a symmetrical 6-pack.
Yeah.
Genetically, they've just got really symmetrical feeding ducts. So if you imagine we used to feed from the mum through the belly button, the feeding ducts sort of spread out across this and created this
block system.
Block system, yeah. And that's all it is. So I'm a little bit wonky on my abs, and that's just genetical.
I am a little bit as well. Yeah. There's theories out there that you can change that with training, but you can't. It's just
probably from bodybuilders, mate. Come and train with me.
I'll sort them out.
I'll sort them out.
Yeah. But no, I do generally think they're overrated. I think, if anything, when you get too lean and you can see abs, your performance massively dropped. It really does. So
maybe it's because it's a symbol. It's a symbol of I'm lean now.
It is, yeah. And it's all of us, we're weirdly obsessed with our stomachs, aren't we? And it's the one thing that I think men and women just get very, very fixated on. I've got a girl at the moment who I'm not going to name, and I know she doesn't listen to the podcast, but she does a lot of CrossFit, and she's got like, one of the best six packs I've seen in the girl. But she's like, I want to be leaner. I want to get leaner. I'm like, from someone who trains to someone who trains, like, honestly, you've got a great rig, fantastic abs. I don't think you need to get any leaner. Well, what's the reason behind it? Oh, and we come out that someone else in the gym had like got a better six pack than her, and she wanted to try and compete. And she's like, I feel weird saying it, but it is one of the main reasons. And I was like, look, honestly, you don't need to compete. You've got a great rig. You're performing really well. We could go lower in your calories, but your lifts would suffer, your training would suffer. And then, maybe you might look better than her, but you won't be performing better than her. So it's all this kind of like a lot of comparison and doing it for vain reasons. And look, I'm not opposed to setting like a really unachievable goal of getting like a six pack and being like, I'm going to do everything I can to do it. I'm going to diet hard. I'm going to train my abs and core. I'm going to just go OTT. We're trying to reach this goal, this thing that I think I can do. I'm not against that, but you got to look at the reasons behind why you're doing it. And sometimes when you really dig deeper, it's not for the reasons you think it is.
I think because we know what we know about spot reduction, I'm quite confident that it's just because if you get a six pack, you obviously lose fat from elsewhere as well. I just think it's a symbol for a lot of people. So are you still saying overrated?
Yeah, I think generally, as a whole, I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As someone I remember first like getting visible abs at like 13 because of martial arts, and I've always been fairly lean. Never really lost it. So it's quite, I'm not really arrogant in saying this, it's quite normal for me. If ever I lose it, I'll be like, shit.
It's a baseline thing. Yeah, for me, safe. And I think that's the thing when you get a six pack, it becomes like a bit of a baseline, like how visible are those abs, how rippled are they? And that's kind of your baseline of where you're at from a body fat point of view. But I do think for the general population, being lean is awesome. Like having a good level of body fat is very, very good health wise, performance wise. But actually having like a rippled six pack, it's probably a little bit overrated.
Fair.
Is it my go?
Your go.
Oh, we've got two.
You got two. Oh, here we go. One of mine.
Massage guns. Oh, Geo Physio might have something to say about this, Mr. George Leverland.
Just because of capitalism, I feel like they've been massively overrated and been promised to do stuff that they probably shouldn't do. Yeah. For anyone who's not aware what they are, they're basically guns that vibrate when you press it on your muscles. George described this really, really well to me, so I understand the application where he uses it as like a distraction. So imagine if he's really digging his elbow into a shoulder, but he's using a massage gun at the same time, that there's a distraction there because he's sort of manipulating the fascia and the soft tissue. So it's welcome on there. But for people who are doing it to try and like, I'll do this just to activate my triceps or whatever, I'm like, bro, I get it. But
they're very misunderstood, I think, massage guns for what they actually do.
They just leaned into a little bit too much for my liking, so I'm going to say overrated for these.
I probably agree. I think generally people need a really good stretch. They need a really good mobility program. They need to just be really careful of working certain areas. I think they think it's like the magic pill, right? We want to take this magic pill to improve our sleep, get leaner. Massage guns for a lot of people, like, that's my be-all and end-all of my recovery. And you'll get that sometimes where you say, what do you do for your recovery? And they go, well, I've got this massage gun and I use that quite a lot. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to get you to the point where that shoulder hurts less or it moves in a better range of motion.
Did you ever use something called a power plate?
No. Even as a kid, when they first come out, when I was a teenager, and they come out a long time ago. Probably when I first started training, they'd already been around. I started training when I was 12 years old, and I think they were already around then. And even at 12 years old, I was like, that looks bollocks to me. I don't know the science. I don't know much about training at that point, but that looks bollocks.
I can't help but feel like it's a more compact power plate.
Maybe, yeah.
So, overrated for me, mate.
I agree. Last one. Is it mine? No, you should go.
Is it me?
Yeah, you should go. Wrong box again, mate.
Are you sure?
Yeah, wrong box
God's
again.
Sake. Right,
I mean, there's one with one in and one with a loads in.
I feel bad for that. Oh, fitness watches tracker.
Yeah, is it? Okay. We've covered that one.
For this one.
Again, I put that one in there, like I said. So,
do you want me to double dip?
Yeah, let's move then on to our underrated now. So things that we think aren't valued enough.
Let's have a look. Another R5 one. The correct footwear.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
the correct footwear for anything, for lifting, for running. Like, the correct footwear is so important when it comes to optimizing exactly the task at hand. I always say this off the back of running last year. Obviously, I've been running now for 18 months, and I couldn't run without knee pain for, God, you're talking 6, 7, 8 years. And as soon as I got some better shoes, and I thought, right, I'm going to give this one more go, it was off the back of a recommendation from a client. It was a runner. She said, go and get your gait tested, go to a proper sports store, a running store. They'll recommend some stuff for you specifically. I had very little knee pain over the first year. I've had a bit more recently after, some big high rocks in there, but it's other things that are contributing towards that. The footwear, though, really allowed me to get back into running. And the amount of people I'll see in the gym squatting in, Hockers or some naff old running Nikes, shoes they've had for years and years and years, and the arches have completely collapsed, and this squat is as unstable as I've ever seen. It's like they're squatting off a mattress.
Yeah.
If you can squat in Vans, if you can squat in Converse, that is so much more powerful and such a better base to push off from. There's little shoes that are really good, just to make sure that everything is moving a little bit more optimal in your lifting, running, or whatever it might be.
It's funny you should say that. I've just started taking my running a bit more seriously, got some new running trainers. They're probably a bit too high for me, though. The cushioning's probably a bit too much, so my Achilles, both of them, have started acting up a little bit, so I'm not enjoying that. And I'm pretty sure Bronte Jones is going to feel quite attacked about the correct footwear after her squatting in heels scenario about her knee.
I think she'd agree that was probably a little bit of an unwise decision.
I'm just glad that she's not marketing that, being like, did you know you can squat in heels? So shout out to Bronce for...
There's a lot of videos of girls. There was a horrible one I saw where a girl snapped her ankle doing it. Yeah, she was she was doing it for the gram. Went wrong.
No other reason.
Yeah, of course. Why would you do it? But yeah, the shoes are just one thing that I do think are just so undervalued when it comes to training.
You've had a pair of lifters? Any weightlifting trainers? Oh, you're not really much of an Olympic lifter, are you?
No, I've got Metcons. That's me lifting shit.
Yeah.
Mate, you mean oh no, I have. I've got some Romolo 3s, snacks. Yeah.
So I tried some lifters before, and the stamp that you get on a wooden...
I squat in them. I used to squat in them before my knees went a bit dodgy. And the base is just so much more powerful. Having that heel raised a little bit, it's amazing how good that is.
Yeah, it is good. But all else fails, squatting chucks.
Or just squatting your bare feet.
Squatting your bare feet.
Yeah. It's so much better than bloody some old battered running trainers.
True.
Is it me to go? I think?
Your turn, mate. Let's go for it.
I'm going to give it a little swill. I've got one of mine, damn it. I like one of yours.
Go on.
Training how you enjoy rather than what is popular.
Not much of a trend hopper.
Not really, no. I guess I've jumped on the old High Rocks bandwagon, but I do it because I can do it. But I trained in the bodybuilding style training, strength style training for most of my life, 20 odd years. So no, I've never really been I do what I like, and I've always done that. Whether it's a conditioning workout or more recently running. Obviously, when you're able to do some kind of weight based stuff and you can run, the door to High Rocks gets unlocked. I probably changed my style of training in the last kind of 2 years than I ever have in the last 20 years. So that's been a little bit new and something different to contend with. And you can maybe say I've been, jumping around, but I am just following this principle. I'm doing what I want to do.
It's that paradoxical thing about how do you know what you enjoy? You've almost got to go and try something first, be willing to go, I didn't really like that. I'm a big fan of saying, I'm going to do this for 3 months, see if I like it. And just give yourself a decent length of time. If you just try it once and go, nah.
Because you started CrossFit recently and that fell off.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed CrossFit. Purely logistics is the only reason I stepped away. Because just again, travelling into Kelham from where I live wasn't ideal. And the training times, I found a little bit of a conflict. But shout out to Joe Cross as well. I went to his gym on Wednesday, Infinity Fit Club, and it looks like he's got a really cool thing going off there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a bit more local to me, and I'm like, all right, Joe. All right.
Yeah. He does love his CrossFit, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
it was probably one of the put-offs for me when I went down there. Yeah,
Olympic lifting.
He does he's on a Thursday, he does like an engine session.
Yeah.
High rock. He was like, basically it's high rocks without labelling it high rocks.
Yeah.
That's probably more up my street. But Olympic lifting's never kind of appealed to me. It hasn't. I've dabbled in it, and I do enjoy it when I do it with friends, and I like it for a short period of time, just doing one session or so. But I've just got no interest in it, so I'm not going to do it. And I think the advice with this is do things that you genuinely want to do. Like, if all your mates are doing like the bodybuilding bro split and you really don't like that, it doesn't get you going. You like being outdoors, you like going on like runs or hikes, or you like being out in nature.
Get some new mates.
Well, yeah, that's an option. But just do what excites you. I had a consultation with a guy this week, and he was like, I want to get stronger, but every time I've been to the gym, I hate the 3 sets of 10. I hate like being in the gym. I feel like it's confined. I don't like spending a lot of time in there. Great, let's just do like 2 or 3 exercises. Let's get you in there for half an hour, and let's then go and do loads of stuff outside the gym. Do you like training in the back garden? Yeah, perfect. Let's put a session together with you, some small weights at home in the garden where you feel like you're outdoors. Save all the good stuff for your hikes, for your outdoor swims, for your cycles. There's ways of doing things that kind of ticks a lot of boxes. You've just got to program it right.
I'm probably more of a seasonal trainer, where in the summer, I won't be in the gym as much. Talking like 3 sessions, 45 minutes, done. Rest of the time, running, doing some stuff outside, getting out and about with Ted. I just prefer it. And then in winter, I don't want to be outside, mate. I'm going to be in gym. So, gets you thinking.
That's most people, I think. Yeah, for sure.
I think that's good to know. Should we do a bit of a speed round?
Speed round.
So I'm just cautious how many we got left. But what we got? Another R5 one. Banning your favourite foods. Yeah, that's fair.
Cut them out, don't ban them. Yeah, or cut them down, should I say. Don't ban them. I think that too many people just love chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a massive part of their week and day, and they have a big amount. Can we shorten that amount? Can we have it as less of your daily caloric intake? Because as soon as you cut something off, it's like saying to a kid, don't go in the medicine drawer. As soon as you say that drawer then is the only thing in the house they're ever concerned with, and they want to go in there as frequently as they can, and they want to crack the code. How do I get in that cupboard, and how do I get those pills? You've got to be very careful in how you approach that mindset thing around cutting out your favourite foods.
It's a bit like saying don't think of a pink elephant. Like don't think of chocolate. It's like, oh, thanks. I can't do that.
From the moment you start the program, there's a moment you start your diet or whatever it is you're looking to achieve, you're just thinking, I want that chocolate. When's that coming back in? And you become obsessed with it. And then when that diet's over, maybe you get to where you want to be or you don't, you're then obviously going to overdo it on something you've restricted too hard on.
I've definitely told you about 7 Stellar Man before, haven't I?
7 Stellar Man?
7 Stellar Man?
No.
I'm sure I have. Have I not?
I've never heard that before. No. 7 Stellar Man?
Yeah, I used to I need 7 Stellars every Friday night, I think it were.
Right.
And we got him down to 2.
Okay.
2 Stellars every Friday night. And he were like, I didn't know I didn't need 7 Stellars. That's just what I got into the habit of.
Yeah.
So we just gradually wound him down. If I'd have said, have 0 Stellars, he'd have just lost his head. But because we whittled him down, and then he realised that, actually, I enjoy it more just having 2.
You're going to be shocked by this. I've had a guy join relatively recently, last month or so, who was an 8 Stellar a day man.
A day?
A day.
Jeez.
8 Stellar a day. He's talking pretty much an alcoholic.
What did he do for it? Didn't work in Parliament, did he?
Yeah, he organised all those lockdown parties, mate. That's what he did.
God.
He works in a steelworks. Big manly job, and I mean, we could do a whole podcast on this bloke, but he would have a takeaway every night. He had a takeaway so frequently. I mean, you're talking every day, 7 days a week, curries, Chineses, pizzas, burgers. He had a cleaner that used to come in, and his cleaner felt so sorry for him because he used to have to clean up all this mess after he'd done it, after he'd eaten it. She started cooking him soups, bringing soups, and she was like, Lee, I've said his name. I won't say his second name.
Right, that's fair.
Lee, he's going to go by. That was his setup every day, every week, and she started bringing in these soups, and she was cleaning up all his cans and his boxes and all that kind of stuff, and it was just, it was a shit show. He's down now to 3 bottles of Bud a day. Bud Light as well.
Yeah.
So his caloric intake is, and he's dropped loads of weight. Beer belly's coming in now, gut inflammation's down. And he's like, mate, I feel the best I've ever felt. I'm like,
amazing.
You just can't break that cycle.
No.
You know, a lot of people can't do it by themselves. They need some intervention, someone to come in and tell them, you have to stop doing this. And sometimes you're cleaner ain't enough, like you need a professional.
I'm obsessed with the thought of responsibility versus accountability. So that person in particular, it's his responsibility to change it, but you're the one keeping him accountable. The second you start taking responsibility, it's not going to work.
The more I think about it as well, 8 cans a day.
That's pricey. And a takeaway a day. That's...
Oh, yeah, he was spending some right money on it for sure.
I want to know expenses.
Yeah.
I'm really
you start
curious.
pricing it up and you go, that is a lot. But honestly, if I go on a night out on like a stag do or something and I have 8, and these are pint cans, by the way, 8 pint cans, I'd be absolutely blind. It'll take me 2 weeks to recover. He has them every day. There's something quite heroic about that.
I respect him as a bloke. I'm like,
he needs a statue outside the Stella Artois factory somewhere.
Contributions to Stella.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, mate, that's...
is it me next?
You next.
Let me grab one. I'm going to whistle them round. Oh, it's one of Brad's.
Oh, what we
Thank
got?
God. Resistance bands. Interesting. Yeah. I'm probably partial to agree to a certain point. Go on, tell us your thoughts on why this is underrated.
The reason why I think they're underrated is from an activation perspective, from a frequency perspective, that they're 2 words that I try and throw around quite a bit for warming up a muscle. Great, because it's what you call varying resistance. So if you think, for the listeners at home, you've got a concentric and an eccentric contraction, typically in a muscle group. When you shorten your muscle, that's your concentric. The soreness that you can get from concentric is much less than what you get from eccentric. If you think you've got a band, it actually gets more difficult if you imagine you're pulling it towards you as that muscle shortens. As you lengthen it, the eccentric drops off, so the soreness is massively reduced. So you could use resistance bands every single day if you wanted to. Every single day.
It replicates what we call the strength curve, doesn't it?
Yeah, it massively manipulates it in the sense of you could use those every single day. If you are someone who's partial to training every day, which is probably why I'm so prone to them, because I've worked with a lot of people who were overtrainers. And I'm like, cool, we need to get the frequency in your back muscles, but rather than doing negative chin-ups where it's all eccentric and that soreness is going to be horrendous, let's do something you can do every day. Let's do some pull-aparts. Let's do some face pulls. Let's do some tricep extensions with the bands. Like, perfect. They get a good pump. And in lockdown, I think I've told you this before, I used to do like micro dosing of my sessions. We used to do like 4 lots of 10 minutes throughout the day. I responded really well to it. I'd quite enjoyed it.
Brilliant. It's frequency, it's keeping you there, it's putting a little penny in the bank every day, making you feel like you're kind of gaining some momentum with your exercise fitness. But I also really like the fact that you recover well from them, because that's one thing that stops a lot of people and their training frequency. So I'd agree. Yeah, resistance bands, awesome.
And special mention for something like the hack squat as well. If anyone's ever banded a hack squat, it once again manipulates that strength curve. The strain that it takes off your knees at the bottom. Golden. With golden.
Someone with dodgy knees, I can definitely highly recommend that.
Golden, mate.
You're to go, mate.
Right,
underrated.
Underrated. Training to failure. That is underrated. I really do.
Yeah, I agree.
I think when you get to a certain stage and you can say, right, what are my limits now? If you can do it safely, that's why I think it is underrated, because a lot of people avoid it because of the risk. But if you mitigate that risk and you can work hard and you know that you can keep your form for maybe a couple of force reps, I just think it's great. I really, really do. And I think it shows you what you're made of when you do train to failure and you actually get comfortable with, I can't do another rep, even if I tried. There's something quite humbling about that. So almost like a constant humbling every single set.
Not training to failure, I think, is what holds a lot of people back from progress as well. And I think everyone has a bit of a predisposition in what they think failure is. Even guys who train phenomenally hard, right? You might see these bodybuilders, right, who do these ridiculous sets on leg extension, and then their mates going, you're not putting that weight down, you're giving me 5 more, you 5 more in there. And you look at the bloke going, I actually don't think he has got 5 more. I mean, he's screaming, he's shouting, he's about to fall off the machine. But guess what? He gives you another 5. So it was always there. So, Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
100%.
Just systematically put in there. We know what we're down to is last.
I'm looking. I don't.
Last 3, is it?
Last 3, 4,
Last
something
3.
like that.
Right, hold on to your hats.
Have I picked one of mine? There's only 3 in there. I want to. Okay. A good coach.
Fair.
A good coach.
Insert shameless plug here.
That was my biggest worry with putting this down. But I'm going to tell you a quote that I got told very early on in my coaching career that always stuck with me and made me not want to be in a certain category of coaches. I went to a Phil Learney seminar and he said, if you think a good coach is expensive, try training with a bad one.
Ooh, that's good.
And it took me a while to digest that, but essentially what it's getting at is a good coach might cost you more in the short term. It's going to be more of a bigger upfront payment, but they're going to get you results quicker. And they're probably going to set you up for a long time with some really good ways of training, ways of eating, and ways of setting up your day and week. A poor coach is going to do it in a longer period of time, and they may potentially fuck you up for a long time to come. And you're going to spend, at the amount of people that come to me after having been with poor coaches, they've got, a pulled back or a bad knee, and you go, just show me how you've been taught to deadlift. And you're like, fucking hell. Yeah. I'm surprised it's only a bad back you've got. A good coach is worth the weight in gold. They really are.
It's our job, at the risk of sounding like Roy Keane, it's your job. Our job is for people to not need us anymore. And I think coaches forget that, where you need to set that person up for life. And you've probably had this now because you've been coaching for so long, but when you bump into someone you trained 5 years ago and they're still smashing it, I take more pride from that than someone who got mega results in a year and then they dropped off at face of earth. For someone to still be doing the lessons that you've taught them from a principles perspective, from a behavior perspective, from a growth perspective, to keep challenging himself. Amazing.
We were talking before the podcast about like return custom and how many return clients we get. And I'd say 90% of the people that return to us will have conversations about what they've been up to, what they've been doing. And every time they'll go, yeah, that thing you taught me, I still do that. That one thing there. And I'll look at the deadlifts and I'm like, yes, it's really maintained. They're like, yes, because you taught me that way. And it's nice to see clients coming back and actually give you that feedback of what stuck and what didn't. And it's normally little things that you probably just said as a flippant comment one time in a session about like, yeah, don't do it that way, do it this way. But it really stuck with them and they remembered that, and it really changed the way they do that exercise, or it really changed the way they approach that lift. They're really nice moments, those.
The newer PTs I've just been working with in the community, in the academy, there's this training in there that's about a literal coach, like what is the role of a coach? And I just put a picture of like a bus on there, like one of them old football, like take you to away games coaches. I'm like, this is what a coach does. It takes you from A to B, but a really good coach will be comfortable. It'll tell you where you're going. It'll give you the opportunity to get off at any point. And I just think there's a lot of analogies to be made from that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But it just gets you thinking.
We've got 2 left. Should we grab one each?
Yeah, one each, mate. Want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Underrated. Hip thrusts.
Hip thrusts, yeah, I can't deny that. Yeah, I think, especially for blokes, I think it's seen as like a bit of a, well, it is the in trend, the female exercise at the moment as well, because everyone wants this Brazilian looking bum, don't they? And I don't blame them. The more of them there are around, the better. But men don't do them enough.
If you've got a big, strong arse, you're probably quite healthy.
Yeah. Do you know what, actually? It was in a book called Sapiens that I read.
Yes,
and
I've read it.
There was a thing in there where he was talking about like how females choose suitors. And they generally tend to choose males or prefer males with bigger glutes. The reason being, quite rudely, yeah, and they've got a good thrust on them, basically. Good glutes equals good thrust. Good thrust equals more efficiency in certain jobs.
There you go. Yeah. I think I always question this, like the blokes who skip leg day, what they don't understand is if you just focus on this Toblerone style shape, is that really why you're doing it? If you're trying to attract the females based on what Ryan's just said. Like,
it's funny, isn't it? Because we all like different things. Blokes like different things in girls. Girls like different things in guys. But I think a good set of legs is something that most people appreciate, boys and girls.
I was going to quote a film then, but it's a really inappropriate film.
You've got to throw it out now, mate. You can't say that and not quote it. Come on.
You seen Four Lions?
Four Lions, I have, yeah.
Yeah. When he goes,
The Sheffield-based one.
You're an arse man, Wadge. And I'm like, that's Doctor Strange saying that.
Yeah.
And he's saying, Wadge, are you an arse man?
We all are though, right? You as a bloke, you're either an arse man or a boobs man.
Basically, yeah.
Funny as a mate at uni who was like categorically, like he was just obsessed with boobs. Like he would take the flattest pancake ass if the boobs were good. He'd take a terrible looking girl. If her boobs were good, he was like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
It was comical actually. Comical.
Yeah.
He ended up marrying a girl. He's about to marry a girl with a decent size set of fake tits. So he got his dream.
Right, I hope they don't put this together. But
Right, my last one
Let's
on
do it.
underrated. It's a Brad one, and it's chalk.
Chalk. Yes.
Chalk.
I don't understand why more people don't use it. I just think a lot of people rely on lifting wraps, which I get. I do get it. If you want to target your back, cool. It makes sense to take your grip out of it. That thus takes your arm out of it further up the chain. But if your strength, if you're doing pull-ups, like the numbers that you get, in some cases it's been shown to be like an extra 12%, which is mad. If you're doing a set of 10, that's at least an extra rep.
Yeah. I think the biggest turn off is the fact that messy. People don't like it on the clothes and the equipment. I sometimes feel a bit bad if I'm using excessive amounts of chalk and it's going everywhere. But I totally agree. I think chalk is something that not enough people use. It's still using your own grip. You're still gripping that bar with your own fingers. There's no assistance there. It'll build your grip strength a lot better than a strap will. So,
Liquid chalk before?
I have, yeah. Liquid chalk's probably a bit better, but it's not as messy. It doesn't go everywhere. It kind of just goes on the bar.
I'd say this is someone who did use straps for a bit and then came back to doing things like deadlift. And I've always had a pretty decent grip strength, but that's what were letting me down. Like, body was strong enough to actually cope with the load I was lifting, but my grip kept going. And I can't help but think that discrepancy built over time. So yeah, I honestly think chalk, most gyms will be pretty chill with it, as long as you don't come in like slapping your hands and getting, it should be fine.
Station's fine. I mean, they've got a lot of power lifters and strongmen in there. So, but just be aware of maybe more independent gyms. Some of them are a bit arsey about it, but
I love seeing powerlifters like chalk up their backs and the strongmen choking up the chest.
Slap him and like a mist of chalk just evaporating off them.
Yeah. I've enjoyed that, mate.
Yeah, same. Nice to hear kind of your overrated, underrated. Hopefully everyone, I guess, got some insights into what we think is worth doing, what's worth not doing, and anything else you want to end with.
Honestly, just to get anyone else's suggestions.
Absolutely.
Honestly, drop into his DMs. Let us know what you think is underrated, overrated.
Yeah, if you've seen this clip on social media, drop us a comment in the comments there. That'd be awesome. We want to hear what you think is maybe underrated or overrated.
Appreciate it.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us on the Fit House podcast. See you in the next one.
Cheers, mate. See you soon.